I'll call the meeting to order. Meeting has been noticed to Evans Print and Media Group, WCOW Radio, Magnum Radio, La Crosse Tribune, Sparta City Hall, and the Sparta Free Library. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, we would like our high school students who are presenting to us this evening to go as soon as this agenda is approved and get them home.
The administration is approving. Do I have a motion to adopt the changed? Do I have a motion to adopt the amended agenda?
So moved.
We have a motion from Ms. Presswood, a second from Mr. Rasmussen to adopt the agenda as presented with the amended changes. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So, student report, Alex and Payton.
Hi, my name is Payton Jones. I'm a senior and I'm the class president this year. So I'm involved in student council and NHS, and my plans after high school is I plan on attending Drake University to study pharmacy.
Hi, my name is Alex Kress. I am a senior this year. I'm the class vice president. I am involved in NHS, soccer, basketball, tennis, and I plan to go to a four-year university on the West Coast to study aerospace engineering.
So one of the topics we had is like our general school so far. So one of the main things we've had going on is we had our first blood drive on October 13th, and we had a pretty successful blood drive, and we got 42 pints donated. The first quarter is ending here on November 4th, and I think the students have been working really hard to finish the school year, well, start the school year and make it a good school year overall.
All right. Well, sports, fall sports are pretty much over. Soccer, we're regional finalists, and I think golf, they made it to sectionals, right? You did. So kind of successful. And so now winter sports are going to start up November 8th. We're starting conditioning camps, open gyms and stuff. And, you know, with the announcement of the new turf field, I think that it was nice for all of us. I think it was about time. I know as a soccer athlete, a lot of times we had to cut games short because we didn't have lights at the field, but yeah, it's really nice to see for future classes that finally got that done. So thank you.
Our last topic is like our extracurriculars and band. So our marching band wrapped up their performance. They did the fifth quarter at our last home football game, and that was really cool to watch. I think it was pretty successful and a lot of people liked it. We have the Shrek the Musical coming up on the second and third weekend in November. So that'll be really exciting to see since we didn't get a musical last year. And then choir and band are also getting ready to perform at holiday performances. And I've heard them in the hallways and they sound pretty good. I think that's all we had. Hopefully we'll have more next time once we get more into school, but it's been a lot of fun doing all the extracurriculars and sports, and school has been going pretty well so far. Thank you.
Are there any questions from board members?
What's your favorite class?
Right now, I really enjoy AP Biology with Mr. Hudson. That's probably my favorite so far.
Oh, don't get his head too big now.
Yeah.
I look forward, I'm in the CNC program, so I like that. It's just a lot of fun making chips and making dents in metal. It's fun.
Thanks for being here.
No problem.
Any other questions? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item up is public input session. I'm going to go through, we have 3 individuals ready to speak. You will have 2 minutes to speak. I will keep a little timer. I'll raise my hand when you have 30 seconds left, just to kind of give you a little bit of a warning. Remember that comments are to be directed at the board and not at individual employees of the district or members of the crowd. First individual up, Curtis Miller.
Hello and thank you. I'm going to start off by reading the second paragraph of Article 904. That's the mask mandate. It states all members of our school community will be required to follow these measures regarding wearing face mask coverings during all times of the school day except as allowed by law. All right, now I'm going to read the first paragraph of Article 517. It states, it is the policy of the Sparta Area School District to comply with all applicable state or federal laws concerning non-discrimination, and therefore no person may be denied admission to any public school in this district or be denied participation in, be denied the benefits of, or otherwise be discriminated against in any curricular, extracurricular, pupil services, recreational, or other program or activity on grounds that include the person's sex, race, color, national origin, ancestry, creed, socioeconomical status, homeless status, religion, pregnancy or marital or parental status, sexual orientation, or physical, mental, emotional, or learning disability or handicap, or any other factor outlined in the state or federal law. On Thursday, October 21st, I received a letter from Dr. Van Duren. It says, your request for an exemption based on religious beliefs is denied. Also in that letter, it says, if you send your child to school and your child does not reasonably comply with the district's face covering rules, then beginning on Wednesday, October 27th, which is tomorrow, we will resort to the disciplinary policies for the school's failure to comply with the school board's Article Policy 904. Such disciplinary action may include suspension or expulsion. Now, those two statements directly conflict with Article 517. You'll be denying me my religious rights and you'll be denying my child participation in the school. So I sincerely hope that you do not violate your own Article 517. Thank you.
Thank you. Next individual, Misty Morales. Misty Morales.
I just set up there by you a bag and a half full of worn, filthy masks that I accumulated within 2 days. And those are all from the school's either parking lot, the school's property in Sparta, Wisconsin. 2 schools, high school and Meadowview. So my concern is if this is such a global pandemic and our children are needing to wear these, why do we not have something for our children to dispose them into properly? Also, I'd like to question why on the Sparta Area School District's web page, and actually right here, there are students in close vicinity with each other, not wearing masks underneath under their chin. So we need some type of transparency, not only our parents, but our students, our children as well, because they come home and they're confused. Who do we listen to? Who's correct? I mean, and as the gentleman stated, my children as well have been denied and suspended and told that they were going to be expelled because this Amy Van Buren is wanting to play doctor. She has no right to claim who has an exemption. That is all I'd like to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Next individual, Jim Leverage, which I do not see him here. So we move on. Next item up is the consent agenda. We have those items listed there for you. If any board member wishes to pull one of those items out, please do so at this time. Otherwise, I'll be looking for a motion when you are ready.
If there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through I as presented.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Mr. Colin Burns Gilbert and a second from Ms. Heidi Presswood to approve the consent agenda items A through I. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next item up, discussion and possible action to approve Memorial Field Project, selection of engineer Rettler and construction manager Market Johnson.
Mr. Stearman, if you could move forward a couple of slides. Next one. That's the one. Had some questions about, if you recall, at the committee meeting, the indication was that Point of Beginning and Rettler were both very, very good. However, Rettler was, we felt a little bit better, and they were considerably more costly. So some questions about what was it that made them better. So I went through each one of the items that we were asked to give a numerical rating to, and the qualifications of Point of Beginning. Their team qualifications were excellent. The company owner came and met with us. They've done quality work in other communities. The Wisconsin Dells and Hudson Multipurpose Stadium specifically were significantly over what our budget is. They were in the 5.2, 5.7 million range, but very nice projects. The project work plan was very good. They identified key issues in their narrative, including size constraints. They mentioned the material shortage and suggested moving up our work plan. They provided an outline of the work plan and evidence to site visit prior to proposal submission and the interview. Their project fee was 3.5%, which was the lowest fee. And their interview was very good. They came across as absolutely competent to handle the work, and they were perceived as designing what we want. So next slide, please. Rettler, their team qualifications were also excellent. Company owner is John Kinnear, is the individual that came and met with us. Their work in other communities is extremely highly regarded. Kiel, Altoona, and Wapaka were the three comp projects that they gave us, all within the price range that we're looking at. And we do know that they did the Marshfield project also. They also have done over 65 fields with water management, similar to what we need on our site. Their project work plan was also excellent. It was a very high level of detail with itemized pieces. There were bullet points for everything they were going to do. It was very clear. They had a Gantt chart with the timelines. They talked about various aspects, including meeting and communication expectations with owners and stakeholders. Utilities, stormwater, grading, paving, all of those were addressed. Key challenges were identified along with their solutions. And they really talked about some creative ideas in terms of pedestrian circulation and making it a pedestrian and a user-friendly space for everyone. Their project fee was 6.5%. It was the highest. The interview was absolutely excellent, very knowledgeable, no nonsense. Did not simplify the terminology. He knew his audience, and we've done several construction projects, so there's good familiarity with how these things go. He was perceived by the team, and I see a couple of team members out in the, so he was perceived as very professional and perceived as being creative with design ideas within our space and budget. So that's what we felt at the end of the day. The committee felt like they could go with either one, which is why I struggled to give you a recommendation. Because the committee struggled to give a recommendation, but Rutler is really super high quality. And so the committee of the whole recommended the approval of Market and Johnson. That was a little less, in fact, significantly less of a contest, and then Rutler for Memorial Field.
Is there any discussion or questions from the board? If not, I will take a motion.
If there's no further discussion, I move that we approve Memorial Field project with the engineer Rettler and construction manager Market and Johnson.
And I'll second that.
We have a motion from Ms. Presswood, a second from Mr. Hendricks to approve the Memorial Field project with the selection of engineer Rettler and construction manager Market and Johnson. Roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes. Is Mr. Lukasik still here, or is he dropped off?
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay. So motion carries 5-0, 1 absent. Next item, discussion and possible action to approve the Lou video technology for PE at Herman.
I just have a brief, this is basically what you got last time. It's that interactive indoor PE experience, looking at 2 locations in the gym and multipurpose room. This was an option, alternate in the Herman budget, and as it turns out, the Herman Tech is currently under budget, so they would like to have this, especially with the winter upcoming. Mr. Stearman did show a video of some of the things that it could do, and it was recommended by the committee of the whole, 5-0.
Just one clarifying question. So this is coming out of the budget for Herman, the construction budget, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Any further discussion from the members of the board? If not, I will take a motion.
If there's no further discussion, I move to approve the Lou video technology for PE at Herman as presented by Mr. Stearman.
I'll second that.
We have a motion from Ms. Presswood, a second from Mr. Burns Gilbert to approve the Lou video technology for the PE at Herman. Is this a roll call item?
Out roll call,
Yeah.
never hurts.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Motion carries 5-0, 1 absent. Next item, discussion and possible action to approve the grants and donations.
Your approval. The Sleepy Hollow Auto is donating $1,280 to Herman Elementary for backpacks for their students. That one needs approval.
I'm looking for a motion for approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Ms. Presswood, a second from Mr. Hendricks to approve the one non-monetary donation from Sleepy Hollow Auto. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0, 1 absent. And then we have some for information only.
Faith Evangelical Free Church donated $570.38 to the district for the weekend backpack program in memory of Rosetta Stanton, in honor of Noah Stanton from Ashley Stanton. $993 to the district for the special education program. UW Lacrosse Cooperating Teacher Appreciation Grant, high school to Michelle Glant in the amount of $385 for Spanish apps and technology tools. So thank you so much for your generous donations.
Yes, thank you for all the donators. Next item, meeting schedule and future agenda items. Does the board have anything at this time?
I do, actually. It was brought to my attention that there is confusion with the school colors. Is that something that we can look into?
Can you say more about what the confusion is?
Some items within our district are maroon and yellow when indeed we're actually red and yellow.
So I actually talked to Al Ask about this, who is in the know of everything Sparta school sports related. And our colors are actually maroon and gold.
Maroon and gold.
So yes, I will put that on an agenda. I can
Thanks.
tell you, informationally speaking, that we have a set of Pantone colors that Melanie Johnson developed, and those handful, there's 5 or 6 colors, and there's 2 reds in there. One is a more maroon, and one is a more red, fire engine red. And they both are used in various contexts, and they're both specific Pantone colors, so they can be matched. So we can certainly revisit that. It has served us very well.
Okay, I would like to do that, please.
Thank you.
I actually discussed it with him like 2 weeks ago. That's
Did
the only
you?
reason I know.
Okay.
And
I
he
don't know.
said
I thought that it was red and yellow, but apparently it's not.
at
so-
some point in the 70s or 80s, a different shift was done. I don't know why. I mean, obviously I wasn't born yet, so.
Right? Same. I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Anything else? Announcements and information. If anyone's got anything?
I will put a plug in for the musical. The tickets are available. They're selling fast. The kids are doing a lot of great work. I've been doing a lot of in-class school visits, and it's been phenomenal watching things work their way back to something looking closer to normal. It's amazing when you shut down or go virtual with an operation as large as ours for as long as we did, what it takes to get it all back up and running again. So I'm optimistic with the news today about vaccinations and kind of the direction we're going. So keep on the good path.
If there's nothing else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Ms. Presswood, a second from Mr. Hendricks to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.